Boys, welcome back to some more League of Legends Hearthstone card reviews. So, how are you guys feeling today?
Pretty good.
Hell yeah. Kurt, it was your birthday yesterday. Happy birthday again.
Thank you,
Hell
you. Big 30!
Like 30. So for those who hasn't seen the other videos for the card reviews, do you guys want to briefly introduce yourselves and, you know, your Hearthstone history?
So I've been playing since beta. I have lots of knowledge. I'll try my best with the cards that you introduced to me and give my perspective on them. But other than that, I'm a fountain of knowledge and I'm here to judge cards.
That's right. He has played every card game. Have you played Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way? I've never asked you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only card game I haven't played, by the way.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh. I think that might be a good thing.
I don't like Yu-Gi-Oh. I've seen it from the outside looking in. How about that?
I think the problem with Yu-Gi-Oh is that it was the only card game I had available growing up. But I think if I grew up with like Magic, I would be more into Magic. I think. But
oh, Magic is just where it's at. Anyway.
Hi, I am Sky or Colton, and I am recent legend of Hearthstone better than Kirk. Yeah, that's all you need.
Sick.
That's it.
I will post all of his links in the description of the video. But anyway, last time we did a session like this, I was an official Hearthstone noob. I think I've been playing for about a month and a half. But now I have grown wiser. I have learned many things from all of your feedback, from YouTube comments, from being on Reddit. Because there's a Reddit called Custom Hearthstone Cards, I think, or something like that. And I read some of the comments there, and it's like, okay. So there's a lot of perspectives on card design. It could be like I've learned how certain keywords work. You can't just change things how they are, like Gigantify. I had to learn how that works. Balance stuff, and you know, I guess what makes a legendary. I think I got a comment recently where it's like, I kind of known this, but a legendary minion is like, it's a character, right? So it's like there's always a name attached to it. But for the sake of like variety, I didn't want to make every single champion card a legendary card. So, but today that will be the case. Every single champion whose name will be used will be a legendary card. However, the way I fixed that is that basically I could use kind of an alternate nickname to the champion if it's not a legendary. For example, like if we use like Sion the Undead Juggernaut, I could just make a card called Undead Juggernaut, and that would be fine, right? So I'll probably go about it that way a little more. Today we can pretty much talk about a card for whatever amount of time that we want. I'm not going to put any constraint on it. We can just go ham wild on whatever we want for however long we want. Last time I showed you guys some cards. The theme was basically the champions that our group of friends play. But do you guys want to take a guess at what the theme is for today?
Is it champions that pro players use?
That pro players use? No. It's quite different from like friends or real life people play.
What? It's different than what real people play.
It has nothing to do with like what people play. It's more thematically focused, let's just say.
Oh, it's like a group of like Ionian or fucking.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, you're getting close. I'll give you guys a little hint if you guys want. Okay. What was the first season of the year?
Oh.
What was it about?
It's Arcane. Oh?
No, it's Noxus in 2025.
Noxus. Yeah, my bad.
That's right. And so, Noxus, since we just, actually at the time of recording this video, the season of Noxus just finished and we entered Ionia. So you guys already know it's probably coming in the next like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
So I'll probably be doing that in like 2-3 months or something like that. So yes, we have the grand return, okay, of LeBlanc, the infamous LeBlanc card. Now she has been updated one more time.
You'll make her playable.
The slightly new one. So I think if you guys scroll up, it's already there, like the somewhat updated one, but I'll give you guys an even more updated one, okay? I'll just read it real quick. So start of game, transfer all 3-cost or lower non-secret spells into random secrets from the past. Instead of Battle Cry, it's Death Rattle. Place this at the bottom of your deck. Okay. And first of all, just for the sake of it, the Trifarix of Guile is the Faceless. It's not exactly LeBlanc, but it's not exactly not LeBlanc. But I just made her that way just for the context of the, the cards. Do you guys know who the other 2 Trifarix champions or principals are in the lore?
It's Guile.
Noxus?
It's Noxus, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's Swain and Darius.
Swain
Yeah,
and
but-
Darius. That's correct. So we've got. I will drop you guys those cards now. These
Can I get
legendaries.
the
Sorry,
names for them. It's like power and knowledge, though, isn't it? Something like
it is
like
Yeah, Swain is knowledge, Darius is power.
very
right?
very close. You guys are basically on synonyms.
No,
It's of might and vision,
Might,
which is
vision.
basically what you
Yeah.
guys just said. Very,
Yeah.
very close. So the archetypes for these three. So it's gonna revolve around these three cards, and there's gonna be a reason why I separated between today and tomorrow in 2 sessions. So I'm gonna drop you guys Darius here, and I'll have Colton read it. Now these three Trifarix, the archetypes that they all have a start of game effect. So it's gonna wildly shape how these deck plays. Okay, so I'm gonna drop Darius right now, and Colton can read it.
Darius, Trifarix? Trifarix?
Trifarix.
I don't know. Trifarix of
Yeah.
Might? I don't know how to pronounce that. 10 mana 10/10 with Taunt, Elusive, Charge, Lifesteal. Is that already just good enough to put in a deck?
That probably is, yeah.
Maybe.
But you'll
I
see
think
why.
that
It's pretty
if
much
you
the
could-
only keywords. It's pretty much just keywords. But you'll read their effect and you'll see that it's basically just the keywords.
Yeah. Start of game. If your deck started with no duplicates on your start of turn, draw. On your start of turn, draw. Discover a card from your deck instead. Discard the remaining 2.
Does that make sense at all?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah, I got it.
So what I want to say basically is that when you draw at the start of your turn, it's a discover from your deck instead. If you draw past that, it's normal drawing. But for the start of the turn, I didn't really know how else to say it. I feel like start of turn draw makes sense.
So for discover at the start of your turn, there's actually already an effect like this.
It's a druid
and
card, isn't there?
It was.
Oh, really?
I thought it was in. Duels. Remember duels?
Oh, it
You
might
remember
be
duels?
duels. It might have been a
It was a duels
druid
thing.
duels thing.
Yeah, it was a druid
Oh.
duels thing. No, it was.
No.
Yeah, okay. I don't know who it was.
You got
Anyway,
this. Somebody.
it was somebody. But anyway, long story short, this is broken. But also, I think
Very good.
it's very good.
big.
But I think, like Colton already said it at the start, you could erase the bottom of this card.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the
And
bottom
it
of this
was
card is a
incredible.
passive effect, right? So I was like, okay, if I were to play a 10 cost minion, but have only keywords and stats and be like pretty much the center of something, what keywords can I give it? I feel like if I give these 4, I could maybe even take out elusive and it would still be a good 10/10, right?
So the only let's okay. The only thing I can think about is the only reason this is very strong is because the actual problem with singleton decks is that you got to put shitty cards inside of your deck. This allows you to pick the best card of 3
Mhm.
every time at the start of every turn in a singleton deck, and unless quite literally you have your whole your discover is literally your whole combo. Like if you discover your combo and you have to pitch like 2 other cards, or let's say
Mhm.
you pitch 2 of a combo,
Yeah.
you gotta pitch 1 of the combo. That's the literally only time I can see this being bad. So then, like all you would do then is just play around it, meaning you would just, if you ever start your hand and you have your whole combo in your hand, you would just start with the combo in your hand because you would never want to pitch it, and then you just discover the rest of your deck. This is really, really, really strong. I don't know how to actually, I'd have to play with it because I can't. I
Well,
actually
you're gonna need
really
more
strong
context
power
too,
level.
because it's about to get down very soon around this. Now,
What do you think, Colton?
yeah.
Actually, because I can't. I genuinely can't. It's broken, but I don't know in what level of broken.
happens to the other cards?
They're discarded.
They're
Just
discarded,
like,
yeah.
Like
So
Yeah.
there's a weird
so
thing in
you
Hearthstone
have
where
a
it's like
third of the turns your enemy has.
pretty much, and unless
dude, this go. Wait, no. Now you're even. No, this is broken. This is broken.
Yeah.
This
so
is-
you
this
empty your
is-
deck a third faster.
Yeah, you're drawing 3 cards a turn basically.
Bro,
This is broken.
what
This is broken.
Mechathune needed.
Yes,
Like-
this is like Cthulhu needed. This is broken.
so on turn 10 you are on fatigue damage, right?
It's earlier than that.
Or
You drop
sorry,
off
earlier
your
than that.
cards
Yeah,
turn
actually, yeah.
1.
On turn 8, you're on fatigue damage, technically. Is that even a good thing?
It could be. How much is Warrior
New heights. Let me tell you this. New heights.
Especially if you want to draw plus this, no? I feel like you
New
should run out of
heights.
steam really fast, no?
It depends on how aggressive you can be.
Hmm.
Does it matter if you're always drawing the best card?
Is it a... so I intended this to nerf the effect slightly. So first of all, the effect is based around the fact that, you know, Noxus is strength above all, so you'd always just take the strongest or whatever the best card. So that was kind of the concept. But the fact that you can't have duplicates too, you're kind of permanently pitching 2 cards. Whereas, like, if you had duplicates, it's possible you find that other card later on in the deck discovery. So I feel like that should reduce its power a little bit, no?
It is okay. So this is so you're correct here, Thierry. But like, so the way I see this now that I've thought about it, now that we talked a little bit more, the more I think about this card, the more I realize that this card will never be standard good because there's not enough cards in the pool for Singleton to be ever good in a standard set of cards, and so this card will infinitely always be broken in Wild because it has all the options it needs that Singleton needs.
Gotcha.
So it's always
Because
going to
Wild
be
has
weak.
all the different brands,
Yeah,
and I mean that just
exactly.
makes it good enough.
So basically what I'm saying is the way this card is actually designed will make it forever weak in standard and forever powerful in Wild. So
Okay.
I don't think it's just going to be forever weak. The way it currently is just it's weak in standard, but it will forever be good in Wild because of the fact that you just need a larger pool of cards, and this card becomes broken.
Would you play
But
a
if-
10-mana 10/10 with those keywords without the start of game effect in standard?
Yes, you could get rid of the
Oh,
rest of the
100%.
you could
Yeah.
get rid of, and it would be a warrior card. That's the funny thing too. You could get rid of the whole thing. And actually, I wish there was a keyword that warrior got that was like shield steal, where like wherever this dealt damage, it gave you armor instead of fucking life. You know what I mean? Like,
Here's the thing. If you also fatigue before at like turn 7 or 8 or something like that, depending on your draw, does that mean you can never play this because it's 10 mana? It's gotta be rough, no?
Well, you could put Ham in your deck.
you could. There's lots of things to like
Yeah.
increase your mana. There's so
Increase
many
or
ways to
cost
increase your
reduction.
mana.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just throwing some stuff out there just to make you
And
guys
then
think a
even
little bit.
that, it has charge, so then it just makes it okay.
It-
How do I make this
the
big enough
turn you
to
play
kill
it-
somebody?
It heals you 10, puts down a body they have to kill with minions, and it can hit face for 10.
So it in itself is already a playable card,
Like,
no
that's
matter if it makes
crazy.
you.
But do you think
It heals
so?
you guaranteed 10, most likely more. Like,
Should 10 cost minions be this strong, or is this a little bit over the
Yes.
edge of
Nope.
10 cost minion? Because this is a full 10 cost.
Nope.
Just those 4
This-
keywords. Yeah.
Those 4 keywords on a 10 drop, I would say, need to be on there.
Yeah.
It
Without any
needs
other
to-
effect, it would be like those 4 keywords. Would be good.
you could maybe get rid of charge. You could probably even give this
What
rush.
Yeah, rush instead of charge. I thought about that.
You could.
It was either
could.
change rush for charge. Change charge for rush, or take elusive off. It's like the fact that you have to hit this with minions basically means you full heal no matter what with this minion, right? So maybe elusive is a little bit overkill, but I think I tried to think like, okay, how do I make a 10 cost minion? Because it's hard to make it not too broken but not too underpowered, and I feel like these 4 keywords are good. Maybe charge is a little much, but I wanted your opinion on it.
No, this like if you got rid of start of game and like put this on a 10 drop, like even if it was a legendary creature, I don't think people were gonna be like, meh, okay, cool. There's a 10 drop. It should be, it should be allowed. The only thing that like makes 10 drops like not okay is when they can be reduced to like reduced by a lot and then be able to be played. So
Okay.
I don't see that happening here, but I kind of like, again, it's 10 drops have to do exactly have to do something. They can't just be dead bodies.
All right. I'm gonna drop the next one. Here we go.
All right, we got Swain Trifix of Vision. Start of game. Look at your opponent's discoveries. They cost 1 less. Battle cries. They cost 1 more instead. yours cost one less. Oh.
There's a Warlock Warrior card. So this will either slot in with Darius or it's going to slot in with LeBlanc. I hear the gears turning.
Well, it all depends on if your opponents are playing discoveries. Because if you're, let's say there is a class with a bunch of discoveries and you're playing against them, then this card's really like you're giving your opponent a lot of gas. And expecting to draw this on turn 3, well, you know what? I'll tell you, I'll give you a card that has the same problem as this card, and that's Helia in Death Knight.
Yeah.
And so I think that if discoveries are powerful in standard, this is a bad card for you. If it's not, it's a good card for you because eventually you draw it and you get reduction on your discoveries, and I'm assuming you are playing discoveries if you're playing this card. So
I mean, if you look at the previous card, right?
yeah, of course, yeah. No, I know.
Yeah,
I'm just saying,
but
if you're playing discoveries, this is the way to go.
There's gonna be discoveries on both sides here. Now, obviously, there's a pretty big risk in reducing the cost of your opponent's discoveries. You do get to see what they pick and what they have to choose, but they still get the reduction, which can be really big. But at the same time, when you get to play this, eventually you can reverse the tables. But I'm not sure if the risk is worth the reward. That is the contentious part of this card, for sure.
Like I said, like it just genuinely depends on the context of the game. So like, if the standard is playing a lot of discoveries, this is bad for you because people are going to be playing 3-drop discoveries and lower. And so the only way that this is, like, if you're teaming this up with LeBlanc, this is probably okay. But then again, they're getting... Can I also say, like, we never even talked about the changed LeBlanc. So, like, LeBlanc's start of game gets rid of combo. Do you understand that?
Sure.
I don't think
Yeah.
you can print a card that denies a whole category of
The whole
a deck.
class.
Yeah, you're literally
That's just
like
the-
I don't think you can print it this way.
So
Like, as much as it's cool and it's a cool effect, literally the only reason you can't print it like this is because you get rid of combo decks.
from your opponent, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I load into the game and you have LeBlanc. I'm a combo deck.
Mhm.
Now
It's like
I
an auto
literally
loss?
lose the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally lose the game because you have LeBlanc
Every
in
single
the start
combo
of your
card
game.
is 3 or less.
3 or less. Yeah.
Right.
So it literally cannot be printed like this. I don't think.
What if it? Okay.
Every preparation is now a secret. Every
Yeah, this just you
What if
cannot-
this
every
targeted,
single good card.
What if LeBlanc targeted a very specific cost of a card instead of just 3 or lower? What if it was just like all 2? Then it would just be countering
Yes.
one. Like it
So-
would purely counter Hunter, right? So
So if okay, so like let's just say if this targeted 2-drop spells, sure,
specifically,
this
yeah.
can be played in the game,
Mhm.
but it's the amount of cards that it's targeting. Personally, I think it would be LeBlanc reminds me of a mage, so I think it would be 3-cost spells.
Right.
And that way also makes it a little bit more breathable for
Yeah.
combo, because
Right.
combo wants to play with like 2, 1, and 0.
Yeah.
So, but like 3 cost is like what I consider removal in Hearthstone,
I think that makes
So,
sense
like, when
actually. Yeah.
right? So
Kind of
I just don't think it can be printed in this form because it just gets rid of a subcategory of a deck, and that's
Mhm.
just not fun. That
Yeah.
just is not cool.
Because decks aren't built that flexible, right? These are 30-card decks with
Yeah.
like a goal. Like if they play 1 or 2, as 2 is very common as a thing, right? So if you get rid of everything that's 2, I could see 3 being transformed and still playable without like auto winning against like a combo deck.
Exactly.
I think that kind of makes
right?
sense, yeah. I'm down for that
So-
change. Yeah, I'm down for
I'm
that
just
change.
saying that if this is in the game, combo is no longer in the game.
Right. Right.
So
Especially if it's backed up by a strong deck slash
secondary
support for
effect.
this, like then it's just kind of too much. Okay, I
Exactly.
understand. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So because if I'm looking at Swain, if I'm thinking in a vacuum, if you put this card in a vacuum into Hearthstone, it's good, but only if the meta allows the discoveries. However, if it's with LeBlanc the way she is, this is the craziest lockdown I've ever seen in my life for like
True.
control decks,
Mm.
for fucking burn decks that want to burn you with spells. Like this is the craziest lockdown I've ever seen, actually. Those two cards. Those
Yeah.
two cards, and you don't even have to play them.
Yep. They're just start a turn.
They're
Start a
just
turn.
there.
That makes
Anyway,
sense. That makes
so,
sense. Cool. So
I think.
yeah, no, go
other
for
than
it.
that, I think Swain is a good card. I don't think it's like too overly strong. I think it's very based on like the standard, and I don't think it's even like too strong in wild because there's just so many decks that can be made in wild,
Mhm.
and there's just so many ways to play around discovery. So yeah, no, I just feel like this is just like it's a cool card you
So
can
it's
play
still
with.
okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's just it's the effect of changing people's cards in their decks.
Yeah. Maybe that is a little bit taboo. You can do that on the board, but maybe not in the decks.
Yes.
Maybe.
Not
And
the
if
decks,
so,
no.
it has to be. It can't like violate like human rights and just like fucking just transform everything. I get it. Okay.
What if let's just say, you know how like LeBlanc spawns a mimic?
Yeah.
Next, like, you know, when she gets down to it so much, she spawns like a mimic. Maybe it's the way she reads is at the start of game, when both players cast a 3-cost card or lower, cast a random spell with the same cost.
Or a random secret, you mean, with the same cost?
What I don't care what. Well,
Yeah.
cast whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah, sure. That would be even cooler, actually.
Mm.
A secret, yeah, a secret of the same 3 or lower, the secret of the same cost. And actually, holy fuck, that's actually genius. That's actually really good. Now it's a good card, and it's not broken, and it's not like,
Of the same.
But
cost,
however, however, you and it has to affect both players though, because if that's a one-sided effect, it's broken.
I'll think about it because I feel like if every single spell casts a secret, both
No,
I
3 or
guess.
lower.
So I mean, yeah, sorry, 3 or lower, but like every single 3 or lower cast, like that's most of what we play in the early game. I feel like it's just gonna be, like, I want there to be a lot of secrets. I just don't want each player to be perma on 5. I'm not sure how perma on 5 both players are
I
gonna
see what you're
be,
saying.
but one of them
Anyway,
would make sense. Yeah. Anyway,
I just feel like that effect is too strong
Yeah.
to be in the game.
here's the thing: we got Warlock, we've got Noxus. I'm gonna try and sell you guys on each of them, and you guys will tell me which deck are we gonna be looking at today. Okay. So
Okay.
Warlocks, okay. Secrets, demons everywhere, HP bars going up and down, demons scaling, and not one but 2 new keywords, and even more
Okay.
demons. Okay.
Holy
So Warrior. So for we can tell from Darius, okay. It basically revolves around the discard mechanic. So cards flying left and right, you're flooring the acceleration pedal, and you have 2 bars of gas left in your tank, okay? And as soon as you run out of steam, you pop the hood of like the car seat next to you, like Fast and Furious, and you just have a secret tank of nitro, and you just keep fucking going until you pray to God that you kill them, okay? So you guys are gonna DM me which one you guys want to see. If both of you choose different, I'm gonna flip a coin. So heads
Hell yeah.
Heads is Warrior, and tails is Demons. Okay. We got tails today.
I fucking knew it.
Of course.
We got
There's
tails.
one thing I can manipulate, it's coins.
Hi there. Remember to leave a like and drop a comment down below. Give me your ideas, what changes you would do for all these cards, and there are a lot more videos coming your way about Hearthstone and custom Hearthstone cards way beyond this series that I'm doing right now because I'm having a lot of fun with it. So remember to subscribe. Okay, so we got LeBlanc, we got Swain. I'm going to show you guys the updated Sion because he's going to be a pretty good example of the new keyword. One of the new keywords.
Okie dokie here. He's a 3-mana 1/5. The Great Juggernaut. He's a
He
rare
is French.
undead demon.
I should have wrote French
Of
as a
course.
keyword.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Taunt,
The
Death
keyword.
Rattle, summon a 5/1 Sion with charge. It dies at the end of your turn. Hidden, take 2 damage at a time.
And is now an undead demon as well. Now here comes
Undead
the
demon.
first new keyword called hidden. Now, hidden, what it means is if you discover this minion, it unlocks this effect passively.
Okay, hold on.
That's
When you
not-
say when this card is discovered, the hidden.
So
Alright,
if you
it's
have
the
this in your
hidden
deck and you
ability.
play it, it's normal. But if you discovered it through another card, then the hidden effect would apply.
Basically, you discover the hidden ability of the card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's hidden, but because you discovered it, it is now not hidden.
Not
and that
hidden.
is a thing.
Okay.
It's basically yeah. You know, because discover is like something's covered and you discover it.
discover
Right?
it,
Anyway,
yeah.
so
You dissed
I did,
it.
but I didn't really want to call the keyword cover or anything. That sounded kind of lame. Or veiled or something like that. I think I thought of. I think
No,
hidden is a
actually,
cool keyword.
you did more. You did definitely hit the dad joke way better with the discover.
Yeah, the discover.
Cover.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
that's You didn't even realize. Oh my god.
Oh shit.
That was that was a really bad dad joke. And
Yeah.
You didn't even realize.
And so if you're Warlock and you somehow discover this, even if it's not in your deck, I feel like it's just a really good
Bro,
choice every time because you just get extra
discover
effects.
those taunt minions, baby.
Yeah.
Taunt Warlock's back. We're having a fucking Stonehill, whatever his name is.
yeah,
That
Stonehill
one
Defender.
guy.
Yeah.
Defender.
We've
He's
already seen
back.
this card, so we already talked about it. It's just if you discover it, now it takes 2 damage at a time, so he takes always
Wait,
takes
also
3
just
hits.
Discover undeads. That's a 1-mana card.
Okay,
Discover
okay,
a
so hold
fucking
on.
A demon. You discovered it's a 1-mana discover a demon.
You need the last line to say only takes 2 damage at a time.
Only takes 2 damage at a time.
No, not takes 2 damage.
Yeah. Only takes.
Only takes.
Why?
Because that doesn't describe that it only can take 2 damage at a time.
True.
Oh, okay.
I read that and I thought that it was
It
like
was going to
stealth,
take-
and it took
Yeah.
2 damage every turn. Till
I
it
thought-
I thought-
stealthed it.
Yeah. You need
Oh,
to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. I kind of get it. So I don't need to write like can only take, just only takes 2 damage at a time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only takes 2 damage at a time.
Gotcha.
Because there
But-
is there's a card that can only take 1 damage.
One
at a
damage.
time.
Yeah.
And it says exactly that. Only takes 1 damage at a time.
Ah, okay. Yeah. I've seen that card before. I probably should have taken that, checked it out just to make sure the wording was the same. But it's
other than
it's the
that,
same.
That makes
concept,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Yep.
it can only take 1 damage at a time. Moonfang.
It will say can only take.
Yeah.
But for this instance, I could see hidden only takes. Yeah, see right there.
Yeah. Oh, can only take.
Sorry,
Could you
boys.
really write? I'm gonna check with the formatting because I want to use less words, right? Maybe only takes 2 damage at a time might work, but we'll see.
I think it would work, but I don't know. Because
Okay.
I was trying to reduce the can. Yeah, because like I was trying to reduce it for you too. But the way it reads, it can't
For sure.
stay in that way.
Okay. Yeah, no worries.
Oh yeah. The Crimson Reaper, a 6-mana hero card. After you cast a spell, take damage equal to its cost, then discover a demon, reduce its cost by the same amount. Does demon and other just mean what does that mean?
So I'm gonna explain. So, hero power 1 mana, draw a card. If the card you draw is a demon, steal 3 health from a random enemy. If it's not a demon, you take 2 damage.
This shit's gonna have to board wipe when you play it. It's so
But,
weak.
like-
It's so weak. It's so weak. So, you play this on 6. You do nothing. You gain 5 armor. And yeah, you die.
I mean, you're a warlock. You're alive on turn 7. You have more tempo than the enemy.
Yeah, but you just can't use this as the reason you're
So,
trying to.
I
build
agree.
the
Like,
What
if you have an
deck.
empty
what are we
board, you play
playing on
this, you're
turn
dead
7
for
then?
sure.
What's turn 7? Right?
Yeah, like what's turn 7?
That's the question. What is turn 7?
Is it fair to say this card is probably very bad from behind?
It's
Or-
almost. I'm just gonna say it's probably unplayable.
Really? That bad?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
we're going there.
Okay, so there are no 7 cost
Spells.
warlock spells in standard.
Okay.
not in maybe in my universe there might be. Who knows, man?
You could, like, on turn 8, we're playing Wheel of Death and discovering an 8 cost, you know? So that's not bad.
No, it's not. That's not how it reads.
Or discovering a demon and reducing it by 8, but...
Yeah.
That's not horrible.
Okay. If you want to keep it how it is, when you play a spell, it's got to discover a demon of that cost and put it in play. Because you can't.
So basically, every single time you cast a
spell.
spell, you just get a demon on the board.
Yes.
But you're not discovering it, though. Or unless you discover it and it still goes
No,
on
you
board.
discover the
Okay.
demon you put on board.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you can still do discover shenanigans. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
And play it at the same time. I think that could
No.
work, yeah, for sure.
No, and the reason is because if you start getting demons that have crazy battle cries, you can start like playing them right off hand, and that's fine. Maybe that is good, but like also then, what are we like? Are we just rushing to play the Crimson Reaper every game because you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like so,
What are we
it's hard.
playing?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are we discovering?
What are we discovering? Exactly. So I'm just saying, like, unless you're, I like it. It's cool. It's cool concept and stuff. I just feel like it doesn't have the power.
Yeah.
That other hero cards have.
Okay.
I like the hero power. Hero power is cool. I have nothing bad to say about the hero power.
So what here's actually good? What demons are we discovering that are good?
I feel like
would you hero power?
you maybe should.
Would you use this hero power on turn 8, 9, 10? Guess if you need to. Yeah.
But it's 1.
For a 1.
So
Yeah, for 1 mana.
It's actually, for it being 1 is why it's really good. You could just like weave this in, and it's a draw card. But like the biggest part about this is that you like take damage, which is fine. But like, if you're taking damage while casting spells, okay, so like it's hard to put this in words.
You
but
need
like,
maybe more context, because there's a
Yeah.
lot. As I said, bro, health bar is gonna go up and down with this deck. I'm telling you right now.
because like 6 mana do nothing, lose a bunch of life, and then cast spells that also cost life. Because I have this hero in play. Yeah, no. Like this, like unless you have like heal to full, I actually don't see this being like that very strong.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about just discovering something, but also playing it immediately. Not played out. It would have to be summoned, no, because you can't
It would have
play
to be
something from
summoned.
discovery.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not possible. It's not how it works, for sure. Yeah, okay, fair. Do I have any other thoughts on this?
What do you think, Colton? Do you agree? Do you feel like this is a 6 mana do nothing?
Or do you
Six
need-
mana do nothing.
Yeah.
It does
Yeah,
nothing.
it is. It does do nothing.
Okay.
It's a 6 mana do nothing.
Unplayable. Let's do it.
It's not unplayable. It's just that
It's
like,
close to
the-
being
how
playable,
fast-
maybe.
How fast standard is right now, and it's just not feasible to want to do this on 6 and then still continue to play the game and try to win, because it's gotta do something. If
Mhm.
you are wasting 6 mana to do something, it's gotta do something, and if it's not doing nothing, then it's not. It's
So
just
yeah,
gonna be
here's the
game.
that's the tricky part is that like you could play a card that's really powerful, but if the power doesn't come from the turn you play it, it's almost always bad, no matter how strong the effect is in a way.
There's also the fact that
Your
it's
spells now
just
cost mana.
hurting you.
Or health. Yeah, now the spells just cost health. And in fact, I think your hero power should be draw a card. If it's a demon, steal 3 health from a random enemy. Other, heal 2 health. Like, I don't think you should take damage.
So it's always
This is-
healing.
It's always healing on your health on this. But if you draw a demon, it should steal health.
Okay.
from an-
We'll go back to
Yeah.
this once we look at the rest of the cards, and we'll
Is that
see
wrong,
if
Cole?
that's
Do you
okay
feel
or
like
not.
that's wrong, or because like if you're casting spells, like if you're casting like a 5-drop spell, that's 5 health you have to use to cast a spell. So like,
Oh yeah, it's horrible. It's quite literally turn 6 I do nothing. Turn 7, in theory, I am dealing damage to my hero because that's what I wanted to do to get an extra minion on the board.
yeah, thank you, yeah. Yeah,
And it's
thank
like, yeah, I gained the 5 armor last turn. Also, I took 7 damage this turn. It's like, what? What do you
Oh,
mean?
Jesus. Yeah.
Cool,
Fair,
I
fair.
just -2 to health for a minion. Was it a good one? Probably not.
Maybe this should be the first hero power that doesn't give armor but heal you to full when you play it.
Hero
Like, it
power?
doesn't
What?
gain you-
That heals you to full? What do you mean?
Sorry, hero card that doesn't.
Oh.
Like, see, it
Oh,
always
so
says
like,
down
let's
like
say
that.
you play Vladimir, you just have 30 health. At
You
least
just
on
gain
your
30
turn.
health.
Yeah.
Yes.
Technically, that is possible.
It is
Because
possible.
your
Yeah.
axis sets you at 8.
Fucking Reno Jackson, but a vampire.
Well, that's what I'm
So-
saying.
Vladimir
a
can
vampire,
just
right?
set
So-
you to 30 health.
Yeah.
Like, you don't gain armor, you
True.
just get
It
set
says-
to 30 health.
True, because if you
Separate.
play this at 20
There we
health,
go.
even though you do have, we're gonna see a lot of stuff in the sec, but like even if you play it at 20 health, it's still
Yeah.
it's pretty horrible. Yeah, you
Because then
you
it is quite
have to be at 30,
literally
yeah.
arena.
for it to be.
It
And
is
okay.
guess
6
what?
mana, heal to full.
Actually playable then. Like actually good.
It's
like
just
then it's
Reno.
probably
It's
good.
6
Yeah.
mana, heal back to full, and now you're playing hopefully what you want your deck to do. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
Yeah. Cool.
And you know what? That makes the card actually like
I'm
good.
trying to figure out this hero power.
If you like it or not,
I've-
or what?
I'm trying to figure
I
out
like
how
it.
it could work.
Do you not think that is? Do you think 1 mana drawing a card, dealing 3 damage to a random enemy, or healing 2 broken?
I
mean,
don't
I-
get why it's Vladimir's thing. Because Vladimir is, after you cast a spell, take damage equal to its cost and discover a demon. And then you reduce it equal to that amount. So he's about mana cheating demons and using his health to do it.
His hero power then heals
So
them.
why is his hero power draw a card and heal a bit or hurt yourself?
Well, that's why I said it should heal instead of hurt you. I think this should
Yeah.
just
always
straight up
so.
heal you.
But
Okay.
why is it drawing? Why is it drawing a card? What if it's draw a spell?
Ooh,
What if
that's
we're
better.
trying to feed
Nah.
into Vladimir?
Yeah. That's
Like
better.
draw a spell. Like we get rid of draw a spell and
And steal 3
Oh,
health.
If it discovers, no. If it discovers, steal
discovers.
3. If it doesn't,
I'm
Steal
trying
two.
to figure out.
I'm
if
sorry.
you want to draw a
Say
spell
that
or
again, Kirk.
discover
My
a
brain
spell.
just exploded. Wait, hold on.
I said draw a spell.
Okay, draw a spell.
If it
Yeah.
discovers, steal 3 health from a random enemy.
If it's
if
a-
it doesn't,
Discover spell. You mean?
yes.
Okay.
If it has discover.
What if a minion has discover? Could just be a discover
Well, let's
card.
draw a spell.
It's draw a spell.
So how you?
Yeah,
Okay.
no, but like, let's say if it was like draw a card, and then you can have a condition for demon and condition for spell.
Well, yeah, if you want this with spells and demons, then yeah, that's the way.
Maybe
you
we
would
could
do
do
it.
that instead. I just
Yeah,
wanted to keep
because
it a
it-
little bit warlocky. That's why I kept
Discover
the
is-
damage, but also reduced
Yeah.
the thing, but
So-
also made a big upside. So it's just like an
What
empowered
if it's
basic
draw a
warlock.
card? If it's a demon, summon it. You just play it on board.
Holy
If
fuck.
it's
Jesus.
a spell, heal equal to its cost.
Jesus.
Or like heal 2 health, heal
It's gotta
3
be 2
health.
mana.
Like just
It's
heal.
gotta be 2 mana.
It's got to be 2 mana, and I'm bumping that cost up to 7. I
Oh,
think, for sure.
Anyway, no, I'm just saying
Okay.
like.
Cause like
So I don't want to change. Sorry, I don't want to change too much about the cards that you're showing us. But I'm just saying that like this
just wanna
can't.
make
At 6
We're just
mana-
here to talk about it. Yeah. So
yeah,
one of the biggest differences from last time is that last time I kind of purposefully made some cards bad, but I found that every time I did that, we just didn't have much discussion around it. So I much prefer cards that I design accidentally being worse than I think they are. or just bad
Okay.
or unplayable. So this, I feel like there's a lot of discussion from this. You probably have more discussions around how to make a card good than how to nerf a card. I think like it's pretty easy
That's
to
fair.
nerf a card. It's pretty hard to buff a card though, like accordingly, or changing it. But
Oh, I see what you're saying.
That makes
It's hard
sense.
to like genuinely buff a card. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, in like the right direction because there's so many directions. Whereas like going down in strength is pretty easy to
easy.
figure out, but going up in strength can be a little tricky sometimes. But yeah, I think we'll just move on to the next card.
Okay, this is Black Rose Hemomancer. This is a card in Legends Runeterra.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I forgot to
Metal
disclaim
1-3.
disclaimer at the start of the video. I thank you, Legends of Runeterra. I've used all of your art. This is not copyright. I'm just trying to have fun. But yeah, I'm using so much Legends of Runeterra art. It is going to be insane. They can come to my door with the police. I will be like, that's fair.
Hey, 2 mana 1/3 battle cry, steal 2 health from a random enemy, draw a card.
Does this steal the health, or do you steal the health?
It would
this-
be yeah, it would be to the hero, isn't it?
Hero?
Nope.
Hold
The
on.
way it's worded,
Did I not
way it's
read
worded-
the what's
Yeah,
the
wait.
blood sucking things from Death Knight right now?
Leech,
The
leech,
leeches,
look.
yeah. Does it say steal to
know.
your hero? I thought when you stole health, it's always to your hero.
Your hero steals 1 health
Nope,
from the
your
location.
hero.
Oh shit! Okay, never mind. I need to
Yeah.
modify that.
Battle
It's
cry-
supposed to be
Battle
hero.
cry, your
Hero
hero
steals 2 health.
steals 2 health from a random enemy.
Yes. Okay. My bad. I thought stealing was always going to your hero. My bad. Okay.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Okay. Okay. I
Okay.
figured. That's why I asked. I asked because that's what I figured you
Yeah.
wanted. But if you made a 2 mana 1/5 that draw a card, that's pretty insane.
Yeah, that would be a little too strong, and definitely not a common card. But no, I think I looked at the effect from Leech like once, and I was like, yeah, that's probably how it works. And then I just didn't realize it said your hero steals. But yeah, okay.
This is just a strong card.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just a card.
It's
It's
just
a
a good
card.
card.
Yeah, that's what I'm putting at the beginning. It should be the staple. Good staple.
You put the card in.
This reminds me of
It's just hero power, but better.
the 3-drop or 2-drop 3/2 guy from like way back in the day that discarded a card, death rattle, draw you a card. It's basically like every Warlock's gonna play it because it's good.
Mhm.
Every deck.
Pretty
I don't
much.
see anything wrong with this. It's 2 damage for free and draw a card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Hell yeah. The staple.
It's 1 mana. It's 1 mana.
Very,
3/2
very
imp,
much so.
And then turn 2. It's 2 mana 1/3.
1/5.
You heal
5.
it.
Oh
you
no, it's
still
1/3,
draw.
yeah.
Like, you just get to play your turn 1 for free.
Yeah, pretty simple. I
Free
just took
dude.
simple concept, put them together. I'm like, how do I make a staple Black Rose card? I feel like this is it. I feel like it's not bad.
So this would be me. This is 1 mana, Demon of Secrets. Cannot transform until the end of your next turn. After you play a secret, discover a Warlock spell. Reduce its cost by the cost of the secret that you played. So you could shorten this. You could shorten it to, at the end of your next turn, after you play a secret, discover a Warlock spell.
Until you mean.
Is that
So this
fair?
lasts 2 turns.
Just so
basically.
it doesn't transform into a secret. Also, it counters Omayog.
A little
Oh my
bit.
god, it actually. Whoa, this is a
This
counter to
anti-Omayog. What
No, this
happens when
isn't-
Omayog's in play?
when you
Yeah,
cast
I
a
got you.
spell.
Yeah.
When your enemy casts a spell, transform it into a spell of the same cost. It would
So-
proc Omayog, and then Demon of the Secrets wouldn't transform. So like you would still cast Demon of Secrets. I like that. That's cool. That's a cool little. You didn't think about that, but that's a cool little interaction.
Yeah, that was
I
just
mean,
to
it's
that was just to
good
go around LeBlanc, but
Because if you're pairing it with LeBlanc, they're probably gonna have Paladin Secrets.
Well, that's what I'm
They're
saying,
probably gonna have Omayog. So
right.
you're probably just gonna be able to get rid of it for free, and that's kind of cool.
right? Maybe that's intentional, but probably not.
Yeah.
But very cool.
It is now.
Yeah, so even if I do change LeBlanc to all 3 cost spells, this would still
Yep.
be good, actually.
It's still yep.
Oh, by the way, there's gonna be some Warlock secrets here. What do you think the cost is?
0. It better be.
It is.
Cost is simple.
Now, designing 0 cost cards was very interesting, but I think I pulled it off. We will see some
So before
very
you
soon.
before you
Someone
post any,
literally gave us Yu-Gi-Oh trap cards.
I think if you got some inspiration off the pacts from Magic, then I am really excited to see these zero drop secrets.
I have not.
Okay, that's fine.
The only time I ever watch content from Magic is like card reviews by like Hearthstone players,
Yeah,
or
that's
like
what
when
Discord.
Voxy and CGB play like on stream. That's
Foxy,
it.
ah. But no, so basically packs, what they do is they're zero cost spells, and often they will say cast this for free, and on the beginning of your next turn, pay X, where X is the cost of what the pack said for you to pay, and if you don't, you lose the game.
So I thought this card was gonna be like pretty convoluted, but I think it's actually pretty straightforward. You're just
I'm
playing
pretty sure you
secrets.
can
It's actually
reduce
the reverse. Instead of playing spells and getting a secret, you're playing a free secret and getting a spell, basically.
I think you can reduce the amount of text. I just can't. I have to like think about it for a little bit. But basically,
Swain,
I think you can say, instead of re-saying secrets, there's a way for you to say, whenever you play secret, discover a Warlock spell and reduce the cost.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Like you don't.
I'll think about
Like,
it
I
a
feel
little
like
bit.
there's
Yeah.
a way. There's a
Okay.
way to reduce it. I'm not sure
Okay.
how.
All right.
Okay.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
Whenever you play a secret, discover a Warlock spell. Reduce its cost equal to mana for this turn. Equal to its mana for this turn.
Yeah, equal to its mana.
It's
for
mana.
this turn.
Yeah. So you know that it's not. Yeah. Hopefully that's clear.
Reduce its cost
Maybe
by
if I.
its mana.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. You're right.
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
It just has 5 lines. You know?
Yeah,
And
but that's the Yu-Gi-Oh
the-
player in me. I just got too many lines. I got too many words.
True, bro. Yu-Gi-Oh cards are fucking crazy.
That's why I like Hearthstone. There's so many. It's so efficient, but it has to be so clear. I think that's a really cool challenge.
Designers have even said that they want to keep Hearthstone cards down to 4 lines, because once they start going to 5, it starts getting a little
Too
bunched
many
in.
lines.
Yeah.
Just by the way, just a little heads up. That's like by design. They want it, but like.
So they
4
said they don't want more than 4 lines.
more
generally.
than 4 lines.
Okay.
In general.
I'll give you guys a really simple one right now. It's 2 lines.
Ah,
Hell yeah.
that's a 2-mana 1/3. You really
I
like
love this
2-mana
card.
1/3s.
I like these cards.
The Great Twinblades. Can I remember what card that is?
It should be Revenant Twinblades or Twinblade Revenant, I think.
Isn't that the one that gave
yes.
you
In
the
the
weapon?
LOR, I mean.
Isn't that the one that gave you the weapon in LOR?
I go out of my way to not read any of the LOR cards just to make sure nothing creeps into my brain. That I just have only my ideas. So I
This-
never look at the cards. Only the art and
I did
sometimes the
play
name.
a little bit of LOR. I think this minion gave you like a weapon that gave 2 attack to one of your other creatures.
Oh, interesting.
I'm
Okay.
not sure. I'm not sure, but I think. Anyway,
Do you guys think this card is good, or is it only good for
Hey.
discovery?
A 1/3 Rush Wind Fury. So, I'm pretty sure there was a Murloc that was 1/4 Rush Wind Fury, right?
It is, yeah.
That was meta.
goated.
This does have the potential to be a 2-mana, 3/5 Rush Wind Fury. So if I put it 4, I feel like 3/6 is a little much. You do get lucky by discovering it, but
So I'm saying what you just said is probably okay, because
Yeah.
there's
you're
like quite literally the only way that this is. Yeah, there he is.
cute.
The only way that this is broken is if you literally have a 1-drop spell that allows you to, basically you always get this 1-drop spell.
There is.
Oh,
I'll
there's the
pull it
new
up.
one.
One
Yeah,
sec.
it's the new one.
No,
It's the.
not that new.
Anyway, I don't think it matters because there is a huge demon pool, and this is a very lucky turn 2, and if you get it, okay, you win the game. But even then, it's not that big of like.
What card do you mean? This card?
If you, all I'm saying is that
Yeah.
Greyblade Twinblades could be stronger. Like it being a 1/4 wouldn't be a big
Hey,
deal. But no, I just feel like It's good. It's
Discover a demon. Your next one costs 1 less. So it could be another demon from your hand, not just the one you discovered,
Yep.
right? Okay.
Yep.
2 mana 1/4 wouldn't be broken.
no.
But if you would actually, if you're discovering it later, so it's still fine, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So like even if you discover it later, then it's just now it's also playable later now. It's
Yeah.
it's a
Yeah,
2-drop that's
It's
played
just
early and
every
later.
so often in some games you'll discover it on turn 1, and then you'll just
Yeah.
coin it out, and you'll have turn 1 a 3/6 if we buff it with
Yep.
Wind Fury on the board,
Yeah.
and the enemy will look at you and they'll go, "Fuck you, I don't like you."
Fair.
What the heck, man?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of hard removal, so I'm not even like whatever.
Sure.
Not even too bad. Okay.
Priest will
interesting.
go, "Ha ha ha ha." Shadow Word.
Silence.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Well, what would be absolutely insane is if it was 2 mana 2/3, but I'm not even thinking about that. I know that would
Yeah,
be
no,
broken.
that would be
That would be
No,
completely
yeah, the
cooked.
one
So
attack-
cooked. But
So
that
not
makes
gonna
sense.
lie.
It's broken.
The one attack is what's making this not broken.
Yeah, exactly. All right, I'm gonna drop the next one. This one, I am excited to hear your thoughts on it.
do
It's
it.
very interesting and new keyword. This is the second one.
All right. Ooh, the Gray Experiment. 3 mana, transfuse. This attacks enemy minions after they take damage, except from this. Hidden, +2 health, lifesteal.
So I assume transfuse is take life equal to its mana cost.
Nope.
Transfuse.
When enemy minions take damage, this gets something?
Nope.
I'm not sure.
So
you gain the stats of a thing you hit?
no. Have you guys ever donated blood?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
you would get transfused to something else. So what transfuse is when your hero
Anytime-
heals, so does this.
Anytime it gains
Oh.
health. Yeah. Okay.
When your hero heals,
Yeah.
so does this card.
Okay.
Yeah. So I assume the hidden +2 health is supposed to go to your hero.
No, to this card.
No, to that?
Yeah, yeah.
So it goes
3 mana,
to a
2/6 lifesteal?
3 mana,
Okay.
2/6 lifesteal, and it auto attacks.
So it would heal itself, this one.
So if you have the Wind Fury boy from last time, you play him, and then he stays alive, and then turn 3 you play this. You discovered it on turn 1, so it only costs 2 mana, so you can do something else. But you
Well, you
play
discover
this-
one of the two. Either you discovered the Twinblades, or
Yeah,
I
one
mean,
of the
you can
two.
just discover this one instead of the twin. Yeah.
Yeah. So you discover them, and then you're doing a lot of damage. And you're healing it all? You're healing all of it. You're healing any damage you've taken.
This really... Okay.
Life tap
This
is
is a
free.
cool card. This is a cool card. I feel like I'm trying to see where this is the strongest it can be.
Like early, mid, or late. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think how this is strong is it becomes a X plus damage to board wipes. So what I mean by that is if let's say you play this, let's say this is on the board and you play a board wipe that affects all the enemy minions and not yours. And let's say it's hidden because I'm assuming you're as fun as this card is, I feel like this card's only good if it's played off its hidden. If it's not played off its hidden, then I really don't feel like this is
So
all
you
that
wouldn't
good.
run it. You would only discover it.
I think I would only want to discover this card. I would
Okay.
want to play discover cards to discover this card. But then after that, this becomes +2 damage to all your removal, and then heal for all the +2 damage that it's done. So like
Bro.
like yes, yeah,
Defile.
yes, yeah, and then it heals. So if you have the health to heal it, you will heal this
Your
card,
board-
so it'll never die.
Bro, the amount of math you're gonna have to do with
Yes.
this and Defile is actually
is
absurd.
retarded.
You're
Yes,
taking the
it's
full
retarded.
turn to calculate how you're playing Gray Experiment. Yeah.
Yes, this card is cool. I would say it's like a heal to full. It's a board wipe enabler. More of it being a
Yeah.
threat on board.
Yeah. So
what I like
yeah,
about
it's like a
the
board wipe. It's fairly cheap, but you need to kind of discover it. But there's a lot of conditions, but you can do big combos. Yeah.
I like this card because you exact the last phrase what you just said. This card is you can do big combos, and I like when cards can do that. I
Hey,
just
just
don't
remember,
think it's powerful by
guys,
itself.
These are undeads and demons. You can buff those.
Yep.
They can
In
be
hand.
buffed, and that's why I do think it's good. I do. That's why,
Yep.
like again, I still think.
You
But
imagine
it's
if this
is
was
it's what if it's not discovered though, and you can still buff them? Is it still bad?
I still think it's not
Bro.
it's not good, but
You
it's
can
not.
discover a demon and give it buffs.
Yeah.
That's cards.
Like there's the new dark gift one that like if you
Yeah.
you can give things lifesteal. So like it's not even that big of a deal that it
Bro,
doesn't
you
have lifesteal
discover
immediately.
this off the 2-drop discover a 3-drop.
Yep.
You discover this.
Yep.
And give it the +4/+5, and it's just beef.
It is
It
just
clears any board,
Yeah.
and it just hits face healing you.
As long as the damage, as long as you universal damage kind of spell happens, right? Like Defile.
Exactly.
I think you just
Yep.
start hitting
Yeah.
everything.
It's cool. It's a board wipe enabler. I like to.
Yeah.
And you normally why I think this is very cool because normally board wipe enablers are another spell. It's not usually
Yeah.
a creature like this.
So we're still not slotting this in a deck. Only discover.
It's only discover. You're not slotting this in a deck.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
I
yeah.
don't think you are.
I knew that.
What
I
do you
knew
think,
that
Cole?
this card was really fun. I knew this card would be cool. Next card is
It's a
also
cool
fun.
card.
Next card is also fun.